Hello lovely couples and welcome back to my channel. I'm Lauren, wedding planner and owner of Bluebird Creative. I provide a weekly dose of wedding planning goodness for the modern couple. So if you haven't already, make sure you hit subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell to be notified every week when a new video lands. Now, this week we have got an amazing topic, something that I get asked a lot, and for a long time I wasn't quite sure how to broach the topic because there are so many variables. But I've decided to jump in and we're going to be talking about how to choose your wedding style. But before we hop into the full video, I'm super excited to be collaborating this week with Anna Louisa Jewellery. I've mentioned them before and I absolutely love their jewellery. In fact, I think I wear their earrings pretty much every day now. I think they're such an amazing brand, and the reason that I wanted to align with them was because they are 100% carbon neutral, which for me is super important. I don't know if you've watched David Attenborough's documentary movie on Netflix yet, but it was a real eye-opener, and I'm trying to make conscious decisions with my purchases and what I do with my everyday life. And so for me, aligning myself with a brand that is trying to do the same is super important. Plus it's just absolutely gorgeous. So these earrings, they've got little diamantes in here and they're little gold double band, and I absolutely love them. They're great for everyday wear. I also chose this double necklace. So it's actually two separate necklaces, but it comes as one. So you obviously wear it together. But if you wanted to wear them separately, then you could. I love wearing them with a roll neck on top, or if I'm going out, then obviously like with a blouse, with a deeper V so that they sit on my chest instead of on top of my jumper. I really love them, and I only wear gold, as I've mentioned before, and I just think they are super cute pieces. I've got 3 of their earrings now and I literally wear them all the time, and they don't send my ears green or black, which I cannot tell you how many pairs of earrings do because I have really sensitive ears. So these are amazing. I have not had any problem with them. And I think that's down to the fact that they are premium quality and they are crafted with care. Plus, let's not forget to mention that they literally range from like $39 up to a higher price. So they're really accessible for everybody, and they're available to us in the UK as well. I literally get these delivered within a couple of days. They are gorgeous. But what is super exciting, and one of the reasons why I wanted to do this video for you guys and to team up with them, is because they have an amazing Black Friday deal on at the moment. So I have linked that in the description box below so that you guys can go and check them out, perhaps do some Christmas shopping because they make beautiful gifts, or maybe treat yourself to an early Christmas present or some wedding jewellery. So anyway guys, let's hop into this week's video. Don't forget to check that link out below when the video finishes, and let's jump in to choosing your wedding style. So, choosing your wedding style, it may feel like a complete unknown entity. Where do you actually start? There are so many variables with choosing your style, but I've got 4 tips for you today to help you work out and pinpoint the right style for you so that you can get that process rolling with your wedding planning. Now, before you start this video, if this is your first time over to this channel, welcome. And if you've landed here, then I suggest that you quickly pop on over and check out my colour trends video for 2021 and 2022 before watching this video in whole. I'll link it up here for you so you can go straight there. So let's hop into my 4 tips that will help you choose your wedding style. So my first tip is in relation to your venue. Now, in my opinion, the venue is your backdrop. It is the backdrop to the whole day. So you really, in my opinion, shouldn't be going into too much detail with your design and your style until you've chosen your venue, you've chosen your backdrop. So when I'm working with a couple, I will have a long conversation and a consultation, and we will discuss the style of wedding that they are looking for. But I won't go into depth with creating their design proposal, because unless we've got the venue, the design can't be developed fully. We'll be doing a whole document, which then is going to change potentially quite dramatically if the venue doesn't end up being what they originally thought it would be. They may fall in love with something completely different. So for me, we just have a conversation. We talk about the style they love and the types of venues that they're attracted to. I will then suggest venues that fit with the style that they're thinking, the capacity and the amount of guests that they're thinking of inviting, their budget, how they want the day to run, whether it's a religious ceremony or a civil ceremony, and then we will go and have a look at venues. Once we have chosen the venue, we can then fully dive into the design proposal and working out how the day is really going to look. So that is my first tip for you guys. Have an idea of the style that you like, have a Pinterest board, we know that that helps, but don't really dive into the style until you have your backdrop sorted, and that is of course your venue. My second tip is colour. Now you want to start off, once you've chosen your venue, you want to then start thinking about the colours that you are drawn to. Now, have you had a colour in mind that means something to you as your favourite colour perhaps? Or are you just really feeling the latest colour trends? They completely speak to you, light you up, and you're like, yes, that is exactly what I want for my wedding day. So you really need to think about that, because that will help develop your style and your design and your theme for the day. It doesn't have to be complicated and you don't need to overthink it. What makes you happy? What can you envisage on your day? Does emerald green mean something to you? Do you just love pink? Or are you totally and completely all over the rusts and the peaches that are going to be on trend in 2021 and probably 2022 as well? Work that out, and then you are ready to move on to the third tip. So my third tip for choosing your wedding style is to have a look at the current trends. Now, a little side note here, you do not need to follow trends. It is not a necessity and it is not a requirement, but I would definitely advise doing it before you make a decision. Check out what the latest trends are so that you can actually work out, do they light you up? Do they really call out to you? Or are you not feeling it at all? Because that's a step in the right direction. Even if you're working out what you don't like, you're a little step closer to working out what you do like and what your style will be. So check out those trends. Now you may be wondering, okay, that's great. What are the trends? We'll be covering that over the next few weeks, and I'm going to be diving into some different themes and trends and styles for you guys so you can really suss out whether they're for you or not. But once you've worked out or you've found a trend, you can then dive into the details and then start filling the day with all those trends running throughout your whole design. It doesn't have to be complicated. It can just have touch points throughout the day with that style to make the whole day work as one. But as I said, if you don't think any of the trends are for you, that's fine. That is when you then think about your personality and your personal style and how that might work for you and your wedding day. Which takes me on to tip 4, which is personality and personal style. So perhaps those trends weren't for you, but what makes you you? What's your personal style? What means something to you? I think it's so important to bring that through into your wedding design and your wedding style, because that's what sets your wedding day apart from anybody else's. Even if you're following a trend, which is great, you can source those items easily because they're on trend, so therefore suppliers and stockists are probably going to have them, and you can actually probably build your day a lot easier. But you still need, I think, to add personal touches to make it set your day apart from somebody else, to make it personal to you, because at the end of the day, your wedding is about celebrating you. So if you weren't going for the trends and you're trying to work out, well, what's our style? Perhaps you're really into rock and roll, and maybe you even dress in like the 1950s style. Then why on earth would you not have a 1950s styled wedding? You could bring that style throughout so many touch points on the day. It would be absolutely incredible. Perhaps you have some Mediterranean heritage and you want to bring that through into your day. That's a lovely personal touch, and you may just bring that through just very lightly by having Mediterranean food and Spanish wine, for example. Or perhaps you want to bring it through into the design and the types of flowers and all the little details throughout the day. Really have a think about what makes you guys you, what's important to you, what are you known for with your friends. For me and my husband, we were known for being really into our music. In fact, we met through music. We both were really into bands. We went to gigs all the time. And our theme for our wedding day essentially was music. Yes, we had a shabby chic theme kind of running on top of it, which we won't go into. But The thing that brought everything together was music. Our table names were bands that we'd gone and seen. We had amazing music throughout all the day. We just had that touch point throughout all the day, and that was personal to us, and people noticed that. So just really think about what makes you you. What are you known for? What's important to you both as a couple, and how can you pull that through into the day itself? So you may be sitting there now thinking, that's great, Lauren. Okay, you've set me off on the right path, but I still don't have any idea as to how to make my style work and if this is a style for me and what are these trends you're talking about? And don't worry, I totally get it. So over the next few weeks, as I mentioned, I'm going to be going over 3 different trends that I think are going to be really big in 2021 and 2022 for weddings. I'm also going to be diving into how I create a design proposal so that you can create your own as well. It will help pull all your ideas together to picture the day in full, and it's also a really great tool to send to your suppliers or show your suppliers and talk through what you're after so that they can really understand what it is that you visioned for your day. So I'm really, really excited to carry on with this style series and to bring you these different trends so that you can really work out, are they for you? And if they are, how do you pull them into the day? And where would you add them? And what details would you thread them into? So anyway, guys, I hope you found that video helpful today. I'm super excited about this style series that we're going to be running over the next few weeks. I hope you have a fantastic week, and I look forward to seeing you guys again next week for some more wedding planning goodness. And just to finish up, guys, please do not forget that I have got a link in the description box below for you to get your hands on this beautiful jewellery from Ana Luisa. If you're like me and aligning yourself with sustainable brands and really good quality jewellery that really does not make my ears go green, because I can tell you a lot does, then make sure you click on the link below. Have a fantastic week, guys, and I will see you next week for some more wedding planning goodness.